This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. Psst, healthcare pros, word's out, and it's too good to keep quiet. Look, LinkedIn is revolutionizing job hunting, making it possible to search by specialty, shift preference, and salary. Endless scrolling is out. Whether it's a mental health therapist or dental hygienist, finding the perfect role is faster and easier than ever. Head to linkedin.com/healthcare and start your search today.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana makes car selling fast and easy from start to finish. Enter your license plate or VIN and get a real offer in seconds, down to the penny. If you accept, Carvana will come pick up your car from your driveway. Or you can drop it off at one of our car vending machines. Either way, you get paid instantly. It's fast, transparent, and 100% online. Car selling that saves your time. That's Carvana.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Welcome to episode 78 of the Inside Job Boards and Recruitment Marketplaces podcast. I am one of your two co-hosts. I'm Stephen Rothberg. I'm the founder of College Recruiter, where we believe that every student and recent grad deserves a great career, and it should be easy and inexpensive for employers to hire them. I am joined on this most lovely of Thursdays by my esteemed co-host. Would that be okay? It's not.
Every
it's
podcast
not.
He comes up with a different adjective for me.
Sorry,
and he
it's
usually
not.
has to refrain from using the adjectives that he's really thinking.
It's not esteemed co-host. It's Peter Zollman.
Oh, okay. I got steamed with you the other day, but you got steamed at me too. So esteemed is good. I am the founder of the AIM Group. We provide business intelligence, consulting, content, and conferences for recruitment marketplaces and job boards all around the world. And we've been at it for 26 years. And we have somebody who wasn't even alive when we started. Okay, maybe, since she has a kid going into college. But Tracey Parsons is the CEO and founder of Flockity. She had to get up real early because she's on the left coast. And she's joining us today to tell us, first and foremost, what on earth is a Flockity? And because I'm not Chad or Cheese, I'm not going to make any of the 17 obvious wise-ass remarks that Chad or Cheese would use.
Oh, give me a flock and break. Okay, first of all, don't let my well-preserved exterior confuse you. I've been doing recruitment marketing and employer brand work since the late 1900s.
When you said that, I was thinking, was Garfield president? No.
Maybe. Yeah, like back in the 90s, right? So getting people using the internet for recruitment. Like that was my very first job in the industry. What the flock is a Flockity? Well, it's really simple to explain, Peter. It's basically where influencer marketing meets recruitment marketing. It's influencer marketing for jobs. And if you don't know what influencer marketing is, I'm happy to illuminate on that as well. Essentially, influencer marketing has been around for centuries, right? The gladiators were influencers and they were marketing what it is they were doing. People have been following people that they find influential and listening to them for eons. The digital age has created a microcosm of smaller influencers, and Flockity leverages micro influencers to distribute jobs for our customers. And it's a pay-per-click model. And anybody who clicks on a job that's been distributed through one of our influencers, they get paid, we get paid, and the company gets new traffic.
Gladiators were influencer marketing. I was in Rome about a month and a half ago, and there in Pompeii were statues of a couple of gladiators with the mobile phones in their hand and their thumbs on the. Anyway,
absolutely. That's how it worked, Peter.
Oh, okay.
They must have been blackberries, though, right?
Yeah, they were eating the anyway. Come on, let's move
carving
along.
Off wall. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah.
Get into real job board and recruitment marketplace stuff. So You say influencer marketing, but give us a concrete example, because it still sounds like mumbo jumbo to me.
Okay. So do you use the internet, Peter?
Maybe I've considered it.
Do you use social media?
As little as possible, but yes.
Did you earlier in the conversation mention Chad and cheese?
I've never paid any attention whatsoever to cheese, occasionally to Chad, but the brains of the bunch is Julie, and we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, so essentially what influencers are people who we listen to, people in our network. It's just a fancy word for people you know, and people you admire, and people whose advice you would take, people whose criticism.
Describe me as an influencer.
Right? So people, you could be an influencer. Stephen is an influencer. I am an influencer. And it's also like one of the other ways that consumer marketing talks about it is affiliates, right? People who are of your brand, people who enjoy your brand. So affiliate and influencer marketing is essentially the outsourcing of a sales and marketing channel to actual human beings.
So an employer, let's say a healthcare system, comes to Flockity and says, we have a need for, to hire 20 nurse practitioners.
Yeah.
Here's the posting on our iSIMS ATS.
Sure.
And we're going to pay you X dollars per click, a couple bucks per click, whatever it might be for the role, the location, et cetera, et cetera. If I understand correctly, Tracey, so Flockity then has a network of influencers, thousands of them, right?
And there might we don't talk about their numbers, we talk about their reach, but go ahead.
Okay, yeah. And there might be, say, a nurse or an accountant or a stay-at-home dad or whatever who has friends, connections, and they might share that job posting to, say, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and basically say, hey, there's this great nurse practitioner job in the hospital down the street. Anybody in my network interested, right? Their second cousin twice removed sees that, clicks the link, goes to the ATS. The influencer gets a part of that
revenue share of the click. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And let me talk about the data piece, because we do College Recruiter, right? We do a lot of programmatic. We do a lot of cost per click. Walk me through kind of like what kind of cost per click you guys are generally seeing, the conversion rates, and how that.
Whether you're a payroll pro or an employee wanting to understand your paycheck better, we've got you covered. Tune into It's About Payroll for expert insights on payroll trends and compliance, or check out It's About Your Paycheck, the go-to podcast for employees looking to understand their pay and rights. 2 great shows, 2 great hosts. Listen now, brought to you by Work Defined, where payroll meets clarity.
Impacts kind of what the candidate is getting, like what's presented to them, what jobs they're seeing, and the impact for the employers.
So you have 100%, like you nailed it, right? It's almost like we've talked about it.
It's almost like I saw you deliver a presentation a couple months ago at TA Tech in Washington, D.C. And yes, I was paying attention.
You were clearly paying attention. So yes, you hit it on the head. And what's interesting is that our micro influencers will log into the Flockity platform, and they're actually really particular about what they share. They're really particular about the types of jobs that they share, because they have built up a tremendous personal brand, a huge following, in some instances, a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 fans or followers. But they really care about what they're sharing. Now, when they share it, what we have found in our whole 6 months of flocking existence is that it's a very, very top of the funnel experience, right? So if you think about how you're peeling through Instagram Reels, you're probably on one of these. And I don't know about you, but my scrolling habits are usually before bed.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm kind of in bed. I'm kind of like winding through. And then somebody that I follow would hit me with, as a job seeker, somebody would say something about working in the jobs that we work in. And they're like, hey, I've got a job over, check my link tree. And so I'll go through I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not looking because it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm scrolling through TikTok. And I'm about to get the lady that says, are you scrolling instead of sleeping? I hate that lady. And and then I would click on it. But now here's what has been happening. We're delivering these clicks. We're delivering these clicks at 11 o'clock at night on any American time zone. And it's going to sit there because they're not going to apply. The candidate's not going to apply from their phone right there from a TikTok link. They're just not going to do it. Yeah. So it'll sit on their phone for a couple of days, but they are converting. Our cost per click model is a flat fee, Stephen. So because we are so new, we are not in a position to do a bidding. We don't have that tech. It's not there for us. And we've settled on the cost per click in a way that we feel that it will be beneficial to the influencer, because a lot of these predecessors to Flockity have not succeeded, and they've not succeeded because there was either not enough in it for the influencer or there was not enough results on the other side. It is a two-sided marketplace, right? But the great thing is that both sides are already doing this. Like, people are already buying clicks from programmatic platforms, and regular humans are already picking up jobs that they see and sharing them on their networks for no rumination, right? So we've just kind of like, this is a two-sided marketplace that people are already doing the two sides. But what we're seeing in terms of results is 98% of the traffic that we're driving is net new. They've never been to the career site before. So this is a very cold lead, if anything. We are seeing hires come through. Some of our hires are coming through months after this because they need to be nurtured, right? This is a very, very passive candidate who's not ready to pull the trigger. We are converting at about a 4% application rate from click to apply, finished apply, which is, I want that higher, but it's on par with a lot of what we're seeing from our customers' social.
Right in line with what we see, right in line with what Appcast reports and Jovio. That's right in line. Yep. Yeah.
And then we're seeing our influencers get excited when one of their followers messages them and said, oh my God, I got the interview.
Cool.
Right? Cool. Or I got the job.
One quick question and then a longer question, and then we probably have to wrap up because we're running long already. Quick question is, what does an influencer get? Do they get a check for $10, $50, $1,000, $15? That's the quick and easy one. And then the longer one follows.
They get paid in real time from PayPal. They can just cash out when they've reached a certain threshold. Right now, it's pretty meager. It's $10. We have probably paid out, I want to say 15, 20,000 since we've been in business.
Okay. Second question is, I run a job board in Romania or Hungary or in, let's say, Spain. How do I replicate this? Because I don't want to bring Tracey's network from the States into Spain or Romania. How do I do this to make my employers happier?
Peter, why would I answer that question? Why would I allow somebody to take my IP and put it in another market?
Well, I mean, it's fairly visible and fairly obvious. So either they come to you and ask you to help them roll it out, which is, of course, what you want, and perhaps what even we want, or they can go ahead and try to build it on their own. Do you want them to call you and say, how do we do this?
I would love for them to partner with us.
Pay you for that, I presume.
Sure.
Okay, that's fair. Stephen, you got one last quick one? Because we're running out of time.
I think that's interesting because I've heard Tracey talk a lot and read a lot about Flockity and tried to figure out, is there a way for College Recruiter, for example, to work with Flockity? But I'm glad, Peter, that you answered that. So yeah, I mean, for the job boards and recruitment marketplaces, I think there's an opportunity here to broaden reach.
I agree. And when we talked about this a while ago, Stephen, the response I gave you and the response we've given all job boards up until about a few days ago or a few weeks ago is like, we just weren't ready for it.
Right.
We didn't have enough data. We didn't have enough information to know what types of jobs would work. And one of the things that we've been really cautious about is we don't want it to not work.
Right.
Right. So sometimes we have to go a little slower than people want us to go. But ultimately, like we're in a position now where we can have conversations with job boards to get some jobs distributed through our influencers and do some pilots. But when we first talked, it was like, we're babies. We're not ready for your behemoth yet.
Yeah, awesome. No, it's good. And walk before you run. Try to make sure that when you do things, they're successful. And any small business owner knows that no matter what you do, sometimes you're going to fall flat in your face, and you just got to get back up. But you want to try to minimize those falls. Tracey, it's been awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I am really enjoying seeing your journey, sort of from somewhat outside the industry into this weird, twisted industry, but also just love watching you kind of create this new path. It's you are definitely taking some of what's good in different industries and creating a new model, and that's super interesting. Thank you, Peter. Enjoyed speaking with you as always. See you in a couple of weeks.
See you in a couple of weeks. Thank you very much. Thanks, Tracey. Have a good one. And now
Cheers.
you can go back to sleep because it's still early.
Cheers all.